TV.
Now Caitlin Clark on the floor here today, scoring in a season as Boston
Shooting it in the corner.
She and Stephanie Dolson, probably the most two does Indiana. It's like expectations are Colson left alone. She can't be a championship in this building too. Defense, that means they don't hold the ball for more than a second.
Both teams playing quickly.
Boston, she'll take it herself, and Mitchell extra pass. Bonner thought about the
this year with the depth.
Mitchell launching. Olsen, she's a good three-point shoot. Three-point percentage a year ago. He had stop fake, got Enxler into the air.
I talked to Brittany Sykes from Washington before. Added weapon for sure. Players is the speed with which that's going to be.
Colson bouncing, Howard charging. Here is the 4th overall pick. Your rhythm back as Iriafin. Sutton pull.
Store saying every game is
changed your Debbie over the last year.
I mean,
checked in here for Indiana for corner here. Iriafin off the beat to be built here as Mitchell fire away.
It's fantastic working without the ball.
Season and fever scoring. Kraft, one of those players trying to make this rock.
Really good defender.
Great years in Greece. Iriafin teammate Sonia Citron for athleticism-driven WNBA game. Oh, the hesitation and
see Hall on the ball has become one
throughout the season into the playoffs. Recto lines up, and
if we start seeing a lot of that in the league.
Two have a lot in common as Citron defense. Bonner crossing over. Great. I think when Bonner was signed,
winning 2 WNBA. No, she can play 22-25 here today.
Here is play with them tight.
That's one. We're going to keep track all year.
Citron hands up.
Other way. Four leg.
As a cutting, Cole's going to have to get it up. She just does. Tomorrow, Boston. So we've got to think about the long term. Be careful as Cunningham is left alone.
Scott and Amber Cox.
They're getting away with a foul there on Hull.
It's a player that stepped.
Traffic, Bonner extra pass. Hull and Cunningham have had really good camp points. A couple of rebounds in 8 minutes. Boston Shield attacker. And shot. Plenty of reasons for the Fever not be at shot too strong. Howard right place, right on the break, wheeling inside. Howard gives. Howard trying to use her size. The left of 3 gets right to the rim.
They were trying to do, and she's been told you
want to play with Toronto. You got Griner. You think you're going to
about this? She had an option out here in that first preseason game. All of the different
over the top of screening action, so they could effort by a team.
And will she get it off in time? She will. Here's Howard. That left hand. It was a lot of the same story.
Was number 1 in defensive player, and to be able to
hits the floor, no whistle.
The officiating in the league.
Of a defensive-minded coach, Stephanie White.
Ball screen, but you got to know personnel.
Set free throw shooter a year ago. Vice versa. Kelsey helping out. Here's Olsen spinning away. Flip Sherry on 2. Hole right up the middle. She'll take it. Handlets. Here's Cunningham. And
what a brilliant floor is going to be much different for Sophie this year.
She'll step back. Howard got a hand on that. Citron on the drop. Regular season form as Sykes can't. Stepping back, using that athleticism. Wilson launches off. Melvin leaks out. High arcing. Howard backdoor. Hole gets inside. Here is Mitchell. Session here for Washington. That one behind bounces. Howard, the left hand up the. She averaged 18 points.
Can change the rhythm. That gives you
of the preseason games. Put her in the huddle. She's down with Stephanie. Felt unnecessary. Even though she's not available. Of our preseason opener and the first quarter, and now Bonner to the.
Not in the act of shooting. Trying to play over the top instead of playing.
Final minute. All of the shot clock down to 5. Little 2-man game. Here's Enxler, corner.
Here.
Kind of a de facto last shot, and instead the Fever leaves it for Sutton, who's wide open, but for Washington. Brittany Sykes.
Just really good basketball like that since 2016. Now they're not.
Mitchell did not hit a shot in the first. Pull back within 2. Here's Citron.
And pressure her. And it'll
get 3rd overall pick.
Simple stuff right here. High ball screen.
Spinning on Enxler. Howard the right hand this time. Sykes the leading scorer on the night. And as rookie extra pass, Enxler is open. Sykes feet switch on to Boston. They're trying to repost. Citron turns the corner. High.
Citron's probably going to get 8 or 9.
Court pass. Here is the rookie. Dialing up. Olsen cut off there by Sutton. Ceiling player. Somebody that.
It's an excellent pick by the French.
Extra pass. Bonner. Corner 3. Left alone. No Ariel Atkins for one.
8 new coaches in the
For Boston on a fake. Boston wasn't 100% ready. Recto, good position. Shots the rookie. Iriafin. Howard floats it. Iriafin just lost the handle.
moves pretty well.
Here is Boston. Just got around. Washington. Melbourne. Pretty spin. Gets to the rim.
Teams on the defensive end.
Nixon kind of size up.
Mitchell's a good backup for Stephanie Dolson.
Handoff Mitchell. Bullseye. Here is Olsen on the other end. The inbounder got it back. Set up here. Extra pass. Corner three. Hit. 18-year pro. Double team. Cunningham fakes the pass.
Pass took too long to get there. Fever.
Cunningham. Here's on Anxler. Bonner hangs. Bonner could 5 here from the line today. Wants to finish her career as Anxler left alone. And she rattled. Cunningham looking inside for Boston. She and Dolson.
That's a foul for
defense there by Sutton. Austin looking back door and got it to cut.
I remember how
feet inside. 2 beautiful passes. Assist there.
That's what I say.
Very optimistic.
Falls off the ball that allows.
To that replay review. Sykes launches and misses. And Hole will launch. And Washington turn. With the feed, special guest with us. We're thrilled to be joined by.
And those points of education, contact on team, and offensive would be Final Four, really. We have 2 training, a classroom training event. Tighten that up and get more efficient.
Here in front of the Gamebridge Fieldhouse.
With the transit in that we're settling in. Anticipate, you know, in the on is really training our reps.
Is it somebody back?
Really looking for, you know,
Important thing about the freedom of movement.
For when we make
educate us on some of the areas of emphasis here.
How about that? She just popped up here and
Citron corner 3.
Same side. Look at Boston with a little flow.
Well, Hole carving out space. Stephanie White as Melbourne out of picks last year. Mitchell down to 5. Mitchell into trap and half. Iriafin over Boston. Difficult.
I think she's in the gap. She recovers.
How locked into every.
Mitchell on the drive. Aggressive attack. And she with the size advantage goes to work. Shot checked in as well. Came over
As well.
Here is Brown here for Washington. Deep gets inside. Sets up Hull. Foul line. Bounces inside. Prechtel launches at 3. Got clock. Prechtel corner 3.
Just offensively. Look, but you got to get on the defense.
For the players in the coach. Here's Hole right up the gut. And
Congratulations.
Off the mark.
Though with their effort.
Lacey on the shot fake. Fires up a wide. 19 points.
Accelerating quickly through something getting.
Inside for Timpson, who
Consider it that as the season goes on.
Here's Prechtel, shot clock down to 5. On the breaks, cross-court pass, Jones. By Cunningham, floater, bounces.
Right.
That's 11, most of this roster and naked. Hole racing the other way, and
Fight to get it to O2.
Jones feeding. Brown puts on the brakes and couple brief leads.
4 right now.
Tough off.
Indiana against Washington. Up screen for the dive.
In deep position, can't get it to go. 3. Lacey finally spots a second effort, an ill-advised shot perhaps after falling behind by 15.
Into their offensive bag, just running some simple stuff right here. High ball screen.
A repost spinning on Anxler. Howard the right hand this time. Into double figures. She's got 11. Sykes the leading scorer on the night. Now Washington has numbers. Here is the rookie. Extra pass. Anxler is open. Sykes feet. Sykes the switch on to Boston. They're trying to repost. Citron turns the corner. High
Shots in the game. You're going to get Citron's probably going to get 8 or 9.
Sutton, Anxler, cross-court pass. Here is the rookie, dialing up. Olsen cut off there by Sutton. He's viewed as a high-ceiling player. Somebody that
She's a great teammate. It's an excellent pick by the friend.
Boston handoff, Mitchell extra pass, Bonner, corner three. Sykes attacking, Ainxler left alone.
Out there to keep possession by Indiana.
No Ariel Atkins for one.
As Indiana. 8 coaches in the league.
Turn in the corner, the hesitation drops it for Boston on a fake. Boston did not get off to a good start last year, maybe wasn't 100% ready.
And Indiana switching 1 through 5 right now.
Recto, good position, shot. Post up Howard. Howard going against the rookie, Iriafin. Howard floats it. At Iowa. Iriafin just lost the handle.
That was some good match with her 6'5" form. Moves pretty well. And
Leah Boston hit that early three. Here is Boston, just got around Recto. Sutton, the only starter on the floor for Washington. Melvin, pretty spin, gets to the rim.
not showing any schemes on the defensive end.
WNBA regular season minutes and kind of size up those last couple roster spots.
I think Prechtel's a good backup for Stephanie Dolson.
Boston, handoff Mitchell, bullseye. Here is Olsen on the other end. Melvin, the inbounder, got it back, set up here. Bonner gets inside. Boston, extra pass, corner three. Hit.
Really good action by the Fever.
It's a rookie on a 16-year pro. Boston driving into a double team. Cunningham fakes the pass. Melvin, she comes up with a turnover.
Pass took too long to get there. Really setting the tone for the Fever.
Cunningham, here's Bonner, shot fakes the three, driving on Ainxler. Bonner hangs, Bonner could. And she's 5 of 5 here from the line today. She wants to finish her career as Ainxler left alone, and she rattled by 2. Cunningham looking inside for Boston. She and Dolson
Up inside there, you see she's got Dolson's arm. And that's a foul for
Cunningham, shot out of a cannon, the hesitation. Defense there by Sutton. Boston looking back door and got it to
Boston. I remember how
Brown able to wrestle that one away. Feet inside, 2 beautiful pass. As you like to say, that's a coach's assist there.
That's what I say.
Sophie Cunningham, very optimistic.
I personally like those calls off the ball that allow
Indiana up by 1 now, thanks to that replay review. Here of the third quarter, Sykes launches and misses. Turned it over on their last possession. Hole will launch. And
drag for Sykes.
And Washington turn. To start the fourth quarter, we have a special guest with us. We're thrilled to be joined by
points of education for the season, and those points of education, screening, traveling, contact on then respect for the game, and offensive in right after the Final Four. Really, we have 2 training, and then we just came off of a 4-day classroom training event to work on our replay. You know, just tighten that up and get more efficient.
3 as she continues to sizzle here in front of the Gainbridge Fieldhouse.
Successful challenge if there's no possession. And with the trans, we can exhale a little bit in that we're settling in the game, and so I anticipate, you know, in the team. So what we focus on is really training our ref.
How, I mean, when you say analytics team, is it somebody back?
Grade our officials. So we're really looking for, you know.
So skilled. What's the most important thing about the freedom of movement?
This balance and rhythm is sort of the guidelines for when we make.
Greatly appreciate you joining us here, helping educate us on some of the areas of emphasis. Great to get Sue's insights here.
How about that? She just popped up here and we're looking at because everybody wants them to get it right.
Citron, corner 3 as Washington gets back nicely defensively.
Citron icing, keeping the ball on the same side. Look at Boston with a little flow.
Jim has checked in, one of the rookies as well. Hull carving out space. An interesting grouping here on the floor for Stephanie White as Melvin. So Jade Melvin, 3rd-year guard, out of won bronze with Australia at the Olympics last year. Mitchell with a shot clock down to 5. Mitchell into trap, down 3 shots here in the second half. Iriafin over Boston, difficult.
I think she's in the gap. She recovers the skill set.
Oh, she's on the bench, but the main takeaway has been how locked into every.
Kelsey, thank you. Here is Mitchell. Mitchell on the drive. Aggressive attack. And the switch on to Boston. Here's Iriafin with the size advantage. Goes to work. Shot. And is Jaylen Brown, who has just checked in as well. Came over.
Noelia Edwards for Washington today as well.
Here is Brown. Not a single starter on the floor here for Washington. Deep-year-old rookie. Here's Cunningham. Gets inside. Sets up Hull. Olsen. Shot fakes the three. Gets to the foul line. Bounces inside. Here's Olsen working on Hull. Prechtel launches at three. That clock was just checked in, comes up with the steal. Prechtel corner three.
Indiana wasn't organized offensively. Hey, nobody stops the ball. It's a wide open look, but you got to get on the defense.
These moments, but great learning opportunities for the players. And the Turner's pass knocked away, came right back to her. Here's Hull right up the gut and roll. Hey, just got engaged a couple weeks ago as well.
Congratulations.
Off the mark.
Washington's got to be pleased, though, with their effort. Figure some stuff out.
Lacey on the shot fake, fires up a wide from the free throw line. "19 points.
I'm accelerating quickly through something getting. Lucy Olsen turns the corner.
25 WNBA draft. All inside for Timpson, who
A little bit in the draft. I think we're going to consider it that as the season goes on.
Here's Prechtel, shot clock down to 5.
You like the physicality? I don't know about that. So.
Green puts on the brakes, cross-court pass, Jones play in regulation. Green got by Cunningham, floater, bounces.
Minutes, we mentioned the plus-minus, right?
13, Cunningham plus 11. Most of this roster in Nate. And a bad pass, and it's stolen by Hull. Hull racing the other way and play.
Down 15 in the first half. Fight to get it to OT.
Jones feeding Kempton. Brown puts on the brakes and the entirety of this one. Couple brief leads.
I think Prechtel's the best three-point threat on the floor right now.
Tough off.
With a group on the floor right now for Indiana against Washington. Up screen for the dive. Draw that.
A moment ago, feeds inside. Timpson deep position. Can't get it to go. Prechtel on the handoff to Green. The extra session, shot clock down to 3. Lacey finally spots that finish underneath. Brown on a second effort, an ill-advised shot perhaps. Their preseason opener after falling behind by 15.